Welcome back. So, uh, looks like uh, Duke and the captain were about to get into it,
Seems
and
like you were.
yeah.
And it is who draws blood first. So I'd imagine that whoever gives each other a consequence first, since consequence is actually like everything before that is like, stress, literally like physical stress maybe. So you running hard or having to dodge out of the way very fast, or maybe, it hurting a bit, but not like drawing blood.
Makes sense.
Sure. Can we step in somehow?
Well, the contract doesn't forbid you, but the rules of dueling in general, like they're understood by society, would you're not supposed. It's a duel.
Well, if the contract
you
says
can
a
do
duel,
whatever
we
you want,
actually
of course.
can't, because
Yeah, the contract doesn't say you can't step in. So unless you wrote it in there for some
So
reason. it looks like.
maybe I'll try humming a bit and getting
Oh,
people.
you could certainly try to do that.
Okay.
I'll just turn the captain's people against him while they're fighting.
Sure.
But you can go ahead with the duel.
All right. And if you guys are just like manipulating the crew, I don't think that's interfering with the duel at all.
Oh no, certainly not. No one could slay you for something like that, right?
They're pirates. Especially they can't.
Yeah.
So he stands on the railing from the epic. He says, "Pick your spot.
Okay.
So draw yourself in somewhere,
Okay.
whatever shape you like."
I would like some popcorn.
Probably
really.
back in the day, it actually no, they did have popcorn. So you could have, yeah, sure. Grab a handful of corn, make yourself a little fire, start toasting.
Well, the pirates would probably not have popcorn if they're starved.
Well, there's that. I mean, you might have corn in your bag. You'd go through your stuff after
Well,
all day.
I do have what was the word? Rations.
Exactly. So maybe you have some corn. You could try and buy them with your corn.
Actually, come to think of it,
Well, I was going to
that'd
bribe
be-
them with food and promises of food.
Well, you are rifling through your bags to find food. What are you doing, Chance?
I'm just getting my singing voice prepared by coughing a little and trying to not attract too much attention and just humming a little for myself.
Just
Maybe
doing your
you
la, la,
can
la,
teach
la,
the
la,
crew
la,
a new
la.
song.
Yeah, I could. I'm staying next to a guard. I'm humming in his general direction.
And
And
what are you
he's
humming
starting. I'm humming about having no master, about living free and not following any orders or any people, just doing my own thing.
What
And
is the emotion you'd like to create in him?
I'd like to create a sense of
Rebelliousness.
yeah, not necessarily a rebelness, but more of just to do for them to do however they feel like if they feel like just
Okay, so you're taking away their boundaries.
yeah, making them
Okay.
more
Giving them
jumpy,
free will?
I guess. Yeah, free will, more jumpy, more tense.
Okay. Are you sure that's a good idea when he's next to you, guarding you with a weapon in his hand?
Yeah, seems a little dangerous.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a good idea.
All right then.
Okay. Let's see if it is. Yeah. He says, "I don't like you. Kneel." And he points his gun at you and prods you with it.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I kneel willingly and bow my head to him, so that he's a little bit proud of himself and feels empowered to maybe grab command at some time.
He grins and says, "Kiss my boots."
You may have heard of me, and that is not for no reason, because any kiss a man receives from me is deadly. If you wish to die, I can sure kiss your feet, but if you wish to live, I would suggest you rather retract your request.
Okay, go ahead and try and roll Div against this guy. How good are Skypers?
Steve?
Yeah, you see.
Okay.
Zero.
Ooh.
8-0. Job. Like, okay, very well. Don't do that. I command you not to kiss my boots. He grins and turns his attention to his captain, for now. You're standing on the upper deck?
Yes. Yeah, if I can actually maneuver myself between him and
Sure.
Rixlax and Chance. Okay.
I mean, standing between Rixlax and the guy guarding him is hard, but standing between him and Rixlax or him and Chance is not a problem.
Okay.
So let's see who's gonna start the fight. Who is faster? Give me an athletics.
Okay.
Wasn't that notice?
Yeah, usually it's
Right, notice. You're right. It is notice.
Okay.
And if you have an equal score, then you athletics, I think.
Okay. So what is your notice?
Average.
Okay, then you go first.
Really? Okay.
Bam.
Yeah.
Got your back.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to try and hit him by surprise or anything. But if he's like ready, then I'll go ahead and haul off and try and hit him.
Sure.
Oh, and I guess before I start, I'll say, now I know you were real keen to do this in the first place, but anytime you want to say uncle before you get your get your lights clocked out, you just go on ahead. And I will go ahead and, well, do I want to do this the hard way? I guess not. I am gonna try and hit him like a locomotive, but I'm not actually invoking. Reckon we're gonna do this the hard way.
Okay.
I have a
Go and hit
question.
him like a locomotive.
If the contract says whoever draws first blood, can't the captain just cut one of his crewmates?
Good.
Um, if
Couldn't he just cut himself? Winner!
I didn't. Let's see. Would he be smart enough to realize that? Probably not. No, he's not smart enough to realize that.
Okay.
So he's totally going to re-roll that and spend like a bouse. Can spend the fate point.
Oh, to increase the. All right.
He jumps
okay.
up and dodges out of the way of your punch, and he laughs at you, and he jumps off the thing, grabs a rope, and swings into the rigging.
Okay. It's like, oh, so is that how it's gonna be? You're gonna dance around like a monkey. All right. Oh shit.
So he doesn't just swing into the rigging. He does the whole like swing over and loop, and just jump up on top of the mast, and he laughs at you and says, "Slow one, aren't you?"
I get there eventually.
Go ahead. What are you doing?
Well, okay. So did the agreement was that if if he wins, I won't. No, I guess the agreement before we even signed was that I wouldn't I wouldn't destroy his ship, right?
Yeah. Either way, you wouldn't destroy the ship, and he wouldn't kill Rexlax.
Okay.
Rexlax was sneaky, so he might have put in the contract as well that he wouldn't kill you and or Chance if he wanted to put something like that in there. But what he suggested was that he wouldn't kill or harm Rexlax.
Okay. So I'm. Is he close enough that I can fly up to him and still swing, or no?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just follow without like using ropes. Just go like directly at him.
Sure.
Hold on.
Just as a question, you can fly or hover, or how's that?
Yeah. Essentially, Duke has this telekinetic field around him that is really useful in a lot of ways. Like he can fly. He's really strong. He's hard to hurt. But he's got because of it, he can't turn it off, and because of it, he has no manual dexterity at all. Like he can't use a gun or most
so
tools.
Signing the contract was a real struggle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he was using charcoal and things like that.
I'll try again, but anyway. Pizza tuna. That's
Yes,
horrifying.
Right?
But,
I
yeah.
like tuna on pizza.
What? That's nice.
I've never tried
completely
pizza
normal.
with fish. I like.
Tuna pizza is great. Never
See?
tried it, really?
Dave
No,
knows.
I've tried pizza with tuna, but I've never liked the pizzas with tuna I've
Well,
Yeah, you go ahead and try it.
I'll just have to take your word for it.
tried.
Okay. And I guess I'll say
Oops.
keep dancing away like that, and the gloves might have to come off.
Did I ever say anything about when you use advantages before or after you roll?
I think we usually use them after we roll.
Yeah.
No,
If-
when you create an advantage.
Oh. Well, you did say you prefer if we did it before.
Fair enough. Then I shall do the
I
same.
think.
So you just don't like it's actually a little far after all,
Mm-hmm.
and you just don't reach him well enough. He's swung out of your league. He, however, is going to look very angry at you for saying that. He dances away, and he's going to pull out his rapier, point it downwards, and swan dive towards you.
Okay. Ooh.
And he's apparently very good at swan diving towards you.
Yeah. Okay. I will certainly try and get out of the way of the worst of that.
How does he get
Screw that.
one more plus every roll?
Shoot.
Well, in this case, he had succeeded with style at creating an advantage for himself by jumping on the mast so well, and that means that he could have 2 +2s to consecutive rolls. He couldn't even have stacked it, but I used them on separate rolls.
Okay.
My camera die?
No.
No.
For me, Demi and Brad disappeared, but
Hmm.
I'm
What about
still
now?
there. Then it's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Looks.
think it's my internet. It's my internet. You guys disappeared straight away. So
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
like sit together.
Um, so yeah,
You can spread out your things over your stress boxes, as I mentioned before. So I don't know if that can stop you from getting a consequence.
well,
Then you also have the
And
armor,
you can
right?
use fate points.
yeah,
And you have
yeah.
armor. That too. So you can avoid getting a consequence yet.
Okay.
If you use your armor and spread it out.
I think just given that I'm a true blue paragon of the Queen's Wardens, this vicious attack ain't nothing to do. Which would put it up to
You could even
That's called-
re-roll it. You rolled a -2, so re-rolling it is a relatively safe bet. You could get unlucky though.
yeah.
And if you
And I
get
think-
unlucky, you might lose the fight.
Yeah, I think just getting it up to a 3 means that he beats it by 5, and then
And how
armor
much
takes it
armor
down
do you
to 1, and I'll take a stress.
Brad?
He has 4.
4. Okay.
Yep.
So is that and
So you take 1 shift of damage then?
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So you have to go out of your way to get out of the way of his dive. But being all Duke and awesome, just like move him out of the way. Like move.
and at that point, I reckon we are going to do this the hard way. So I will take another swing full on.
So go ahead and show him how you do things the hard way.
Ooh.
All right.
Finally.
And risk re-rolling.
Well, it depends how damaged you would get.
I'm gonna risk re-rolling.
Okay.
Damn it.
Well. It's better.
So you scratch him, and you didn't draw any blood.
Yeah.
But you immediately see that some of his power comes from his bravado, and this single scratch has just weakened him and made him look so much weaker. Even if he just like tore at his clothes and didn't draw any blood, you do notice that he suddenly seems as a man who can be harmed.
Okay. And I'll say, well, it ain't too often that I even get bruised, and pointing to where he connected with me. But don't look like you're too good at handling it. Shame.
What did you call him?
Oh, I just said. I essentially said that's a shame, but shortened it to just shame.
Oh, shame. I thought you called him something.
Is it just me or the Brett's camera
across
Yeah,
double?
you need to set your microphone a little more sensitive, I think.
Wow. Okay.
If it's Devo, David, you should mute him on roll 20.
Oh, if you hear him double, you should mute him on roll 20.
Oh, I did that before though.
You.
Wait.
Yeah, but if
maybe
you
he refreshed or you
Oh, okay.
refreshed.
Yeah.
What I usually do myself, I don't know if you guys if you're using Firefox as well, but Firefox allows you to mute a whole tab. So then I just mute the tab, and then I don't have to deal with muting individual people.
Hmm.
Then you just have to mute your own microphone.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Top you see a little sound.
So basically, if you're not using Internet Explorer, you can do it.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't use IE with Roll20 anyway. They the two programs don't get along.
What gets along with IE?
Yeah. And it's it keeps on changing, but is the volume better?
I think
We'll
so.
find out. I
You
think.
were breaking off a little sometimes in what you said, and that the beginning of words, things like that.
Okay.
So it just needed a little bit of a light touch.
All right. Well, let me know if it continues to be a problem.
I will.
So what's he up to?
Yeah, he is. He's not gonna beat around the bush. He's just gonna stab at you.
All right.
Why am I rolling like this? Yeah, he's gonna try and stab at you.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. I bet you made me sign a contract saying that I would only roll bad.
Maybe.
Too bad. To be fair, I
That was part of the deal. Didn't you know?
What, Brad?
That's part of the deal. Didn't you know?
I see. So are you gonna dodge out of the way of this? Probably. You have 4 armor, but
Yeah. Yeah. Can I just not and be like, really? That's all you got?
sure.
Okay, I will do that.
Sure, you can do that. Rexlex, are you doing anything in the meantime while Duke is fighting?
Are the pirates pointing guns at me and such?
The pirate standing next to you has a weapon pointed at you.
I'll talk to them as if if I can keep my cool with a gun pointed at my face, but I guess I would be fairly confident that they don't want me dead. So I'll try to talk to them, in a normal manner, and then basically try to convince them that their captain is not the best for the job. It's he keeps them starved. He's about to lose a fight to someone, or is might. You shouldn't have. You should be completely confident in your captain. You shouldn't have to witness a gambo basically. And
Go ahead and try. Sounds like you're like a rapport. Maybe a provoke against the captain, but then against them. I think rapport.
Fair enough. And I do want to spend a fate point to boost that up.
Let's see how well they do
to a good
first.
Oh,
I
my.
don't think you need to spend a fate point to boost that up.
I succeed with style.
Yeah, ship morale is low.
You could succeed with style if you wanted to. I mean, if you have the fate point anyway, why not?
Yeah, and well, I have an idea. If what can I use this style succeed with them tipping me off and giving me a way of contacting a pirate when I need one.
Sure.
Basically, something like a one-time stunt to use for contacting a pirate or something like that.
Sure. Write on your sheet pirate contact details.
Cool.
How about you, Chance?
I'm just spectating for now, I think. The fight.
Trying to sing,
and,
not trying to talk anybody into
outcome.
doing something?
No, not yet. I'd wait. I'll wait till the fight is over, and then we'll see.
Okay.
Oh, and like sort of a note on special effects when he hits me and I don't move out of the way. Sort of there's sort of a flash from the field around him that kind of is bright red at the point of contact and then kind of spreads out,
Okay.
dimming and but looking like it's sort of energizing him because it is.
Wow, your game has a pretty
That's
nice
cool.
CGI budget.
What?
You have some nice
I know,
special
I know.
effects budget.
Yeah, I had to bribe someone to get it done, but I managed to hire somebody with some pretty good.
Maybe you just
yeah.
wrote the contract well.
Maybe.
Good job.
Maybe
in
I
any
wrote
case.
something like, "If you don't do your job well, then." Yeah, just like his sword like pierces through and then just slowly comes to a halt, and for a moment he's hanging on his sword. And then he slowly pulls it back. Gives you an angry scowl. How do you repay him?
So I just float up a little bit relative to him, just to not for like tactical advantage, but just sort of as an intimidating thing, and say,
Come.
Yep, looks like this ain't gonna go too well for you.
Dear, poor guy.
And I will. Essentially, I'm going to throw in everything. I'm going to
Oh dear.
hit like a locomotive, do it the hard way, and use the boost from him failing to penetrate armor and all the stunts.
Just don't kill him.
Yeah. Here we go.
Cypher, is that you?
Yeah. Thank goodness. So he has become noticeably weaker. Is there anything he can do? Poor guy.
Smashed.
Gonna get smashed so hard.
Oh no!
So he's gonna weaken that by using some of his slots.
I have a cool T-shirt, by the way. It says "Bat."
Oh yeah, cool.
7. Awesome.
They're Batman.
I am. But don't tell anyone.
I thought that was Luke already.
No, wasn't he Superman and John Wayne?
Yeah.
I don't
I
want to fight you. Fight Duke.
7, 6.
Batman versus
5.
Superman. Go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Quick,
Yeah,
let me
he's gonna...
destroy buildings and kill a bunch of innocent bystanders, and he needs to pull out a bunch of guns and shoot me.
I haven't seen the movie. I've heard it's crap.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, actually. I've been holding off because
Fair enough.
because I had enough nerd rage over how Zack Snyder handled the first movie, and it seems like he got just kind of, from all the reviews, he just kind of doubled down.
Dear.
You're not too eager to go see it.
Yeah, I don't want to pay money to. Like, I'll check it out on Netflix or something.
So he takes a severe consequence. What do you do? How do you draw blood?
So I mean, really, I'm just landed one on the kisser, but I think it's it'll probably like break his jaw and cause him to just spit out a bunch of blood and have it go flying.
Okay. So he has a broken jaw.
And we made an enemy.
Yeah.
Took us long enough.
And
we already have some enemies, I think.
You always have enemies. You're not doing something right if you don't have at least a few enemies. So do you sing a song to this beautiful defeat, Chance?
Sure, I do. The song goes somewhat along the lines like that. What a captain to serve that gets smashed by a by a by a random challenger that's not even close to as famous and rich as he is. What a captain to serve. That is not the master, blah blah. I want to serve. I would want to serve, and looking at the guard right beside me, seeing if that would inspire him to commit mutiny.
Okay. Give me a rapport roll, and you can add in the bonus from your gift.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't just roll your rapport; you would add in your gift bonus as well.
Okay.
So +4 on top of that. See how convincing you are.
So that's +8, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I want to go at +8. Come on. You're all cipher.
Sure. So, yeah, no, not only does the guy next to you hear it, it's like downstairs hear you singing. And together they just like one of them steps forward and says, "Yeah, I don't serve you," and points to the captain. And his friends just follow, and before you know it, the captain is just tied to the mast. And they're like clapping you on the shoulders and say, I like you. You're a good guy.
I promised you a song.
Gotta say that was pretty impressive.
One of the steps forward and says, we may not be our captain, but we will honor his word. You're free to go. However, if you help us, we will reward you handsomely. We don't have much to offer, but we can offer you Skywood.
What's Skywood?
And to you, of course, they say, and nodding your direction too.
Okay. Oh, so Skywood is sort of a major resource in the setting. It's wood that floats, like in the air.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah. It's the type of wood that this ship is made from.
Makes sense.
It's also used for the sky rail. The train actually rides over rails through the sky.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
And it's a very hard resource to get because it's only in a very specific forest that's very dangerous to venture into.
Okay. All right. So he was addressing me,
He
or
was
all of
addressing
us?
Rixlack Duke. Towards you, they just kind of expect you to stay on and sing for them and be awesome. They're not like they're not telling you you're their prisoner. They haven't asked. Of course, you can ask them what plans they have for you,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
make some suggestions of yourself.
I'll just see how the situation develops first. Maybe I'll chime in later too. If I know where it's going a little more.
Well,
So
that
okay, but they do like. Do they step away a bit, or are they still like right there being threatening?
They're not threatening anybody. No. They were busy tying up their captain. They weren't busy threatening Chance or Rixlax.
Okay.
And now they're offering Rixlax and you a business opportunity. I would in return for helping them.
So this business, why don't you tell us a bit more? Because
Very well.
I mean, I ain't looking for a bribe or nothing, but if this is honest work and put food in your bellies, then maybe we can work something out.
So we're looking to make a deal with Black Tom. He'll deliver us Skywood in in return for us offering him some of our young men and women. He says they won't be harmed, so it should be good.
All right. Well,
And we just need Rixlax to make sure that he doesn't come back on his word.
well, if you know a thing about Black Tom, he certainly will turn on you at the first opportunity. Tell you what, you would be doing the Queen a big favor were you to say take us to him, and maybe looks like this whole pirate life isn't working out too well for you. I mean, I gotta say, y'all look pretty lean, as it were, as a ship of the Queen's Navy. I can guarantee you, you would get 3 squares a day. What do you say?
He thinks about it, and then he says, "Oh, well, we'll need to vote on that." And they spend a few hours, like animatedly discussing with people being like, "Yeah, we should do it," and others being like, "I'm not going to be somebody's servant," things like that. And after,
I start humming alone.
Sure, go ahead.
Singing a song about a pirate that's entered the Queen's Navy and what a glorious life he's led afterwards. Being carefree.
What kind of emotion are you trying
Always
to create in them?
Sort of
honor, sense of loyalty.
More the desire for a careless life, like the desire to not have to struggle every day to be cared for by
so a feeling of being safe and taken care of. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Roll your reports, your 8. Why am I even making you roll? But let's see. You
Let's
could
see
get
how
more
many
bonuses.
tiles you succeed.
No, not 4 minuses. Okay, I'll change the weighting of the 100. After a few hours of animatedly discussing, they one of them goes round with the captain's hat, and they all put like their scribbles in, and he comes to you, Duke, and says, after long consideration, we have decided to accept your offer.
Excellent, excellent. You will not regret it. Except for, when they do take us to Black Tom, and he kills a bunch of them in the process.
Whatever.
Well, when Rixlax hears the name of Black Tom, he just goes white and just shakes his head and doesn't want to go there. Eyes popped and everything. No, not going there.
Chance. One of the pirates comes to you and says, are you sure you don't want to consider staying with us? Your music is really nice. We could use somebody aboard to lift the spirits.
Sorry, I didn't hear for the first part.
No.
Yeah.
One of the pirates comes to you and says, are you sure you don't want to stick with us? Well, like we could use somebody with your talent for music to lift the spirit.
I always wanted to spend a long time on a skyship, so I might take you up on that offer later. But for now, I'll just see how that thing with Black Tom shapes out, and I'm gonna let you know my final decision later.
Okay. I really consider it. You seem like a cool guy.
Okay. Sure. I will.
Well, men, on to Tom's Crossing. Yeah, go ahead.
Which rope goes down again? Which rope leads out of your ship again?
He looks at you confused. I thought you guys are together, right? He gestures to Duke and you.
My friend Rixlax here is he's just joking.
Oh dear, poor Rixlax.
He ain't no coward at all. Just he had bad experience or two, and likes to kid about it, and but it's going to be all right. I'm convinced. Oh, don't suppose there's room for our mounts on the ship? Wouldn't want to just leave them here. All right.
There's your Your ostrich make you feel safer, Rixlax, or do you still want to leave the ship?
I'll try this another way. I'll go up to Duke and say, is this the real Duke, the one who just disregards the Queen's orders when he sees fit? We were on a mission to do something, and now we're going somewhere else.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought that I thought that it was Black Time that we were trying to bring in, but was it somebody else?
It was somebody else.
It was.
Oh, okay.
Brandon or something, or Braden?
Braden.
Oh yeah. Well, you do have a point there. But
I mean, I'm fine with going to Tom's Crossing, but Rixlax needs some convincing.
Yeah. But things in the town at least are settled for now, and I think this is an opportunity that we should not pass up. I'm sure folks at the Home Office would understand and be pleased at our initiative.
So it's up to you guys what you want to do. This is a chance to develop the whole out of character. This is a chance to develop a whole story with Black Tom a little more, since I'd assume that Demi might have that aspect of Rixlax might not see very much play else. So that's an opportunity. If you guys are worried, I can come up with some obstacle in your way before going back to end the session. That's not a problem. So it's up to you guys if you want to explore the story that way a little further. I have stuff prepared for Black Tom, and I can come up with some stuff for when you guys go back as well.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cool if we go there.
Yeah. Sure, let's do it.
You can just tie Rixlax to something.
Yeah.
I didn't imagine.
Well,
I didn't imagine that happening in any way. I didn't imagine Duke tying anybody to anything, and I didn't imagine him tying any knots either.
Well, yeah.
Well, Chance can do a song, which calms Rixlax down and.
You could do that, Chance, if you want to see Black Tom. You could do this whole calming little medley. Wanted. Chance?
Sorry, what?
I said, Demi said, if you want, you can sing a song to calm Rixlax down so that he won't have a problem going to Tom's Crossing. And I said, if you want, you can, sing a calming tune. That's up to you, of course.
I don't think I will.
Okay. Well,
I don't think I
See
will.
the chaos.
Yep.
So Rixlax, I want to assure you that things are going to go different this time. I know that back in the day, what went down on the crossing, it wasn't no good, and it's one of the things that caused me to join up in the first place, and it's something that I've been hoping to make up for. and I will do everything in my power to make sure that you come to no harm in this confrontation.
Well, playing out one of Rick Lux's aspects, there is no trust, only contracts. He will look at you with a raised eyebrow and would you be so confident in it if I asked you to basically to sign it in written form? You know, totally saying or implying that you absolutely know what the contract does.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well.
You know, no tricks, no foul play. Just a thing of insurance that says that you protect me.
If that's what you need, then I'll do it.
Cool. Well, yeah. Well, that's what I need.
Okay.
And yeah, he'll write down just a couple of sentences that in the what was it, crying for us?
Yeah, crying first.
Duke will protect me against Black Tom. And you know, plain and simple, no funny business.
If anybody wants, they can see what they know about Black Tom, by the way.
Fair enough.
All right.
You can all roll your lore.
Get +3.
Yeah. All my lore.
So you were pretty good at lore. I'm sure you're very, very knowledgeable, Duke.
Can I actually invoke my trouble for that?
Well.
Sure. If you want to be better at it.
Let's do this. Let's know all the things. Verb.
Okay.
Yeah. Duke is all. I'm sure he's a tough feller, but I ain't too worried about it.
Duke, you know that he is he's one of the folk. A spirit of sorts. Chance. You have heard that not only do you know that he's one of the folk, but you know that he can shift shape. But it's easy to recognize him if you know his tell. Because his eyes always remain a beautiful golden color. And once you know that, you know that, it's him. Rexlax. Now you haven't just heard of the guy, you've met him personally. You felt his stare on you for so long that you know a little more about him than anybody else. And you know following. I'll send this to you in a private message.
Crit.
Of course, you also know what Hansen Duke have done.
I will pretend I know what this means.
That is one of his aspects. And I wrote that you have a free invoke on that, but that didn't send because I an arrow, and apparently using that sign makes it invisible. And yes, that worked. So, with your newfound knowledge, you head out to the Black Forest, talk to Black Tom. Is there anything to do during your trip? The trip will take a week or so.
No. So this is a bit out of the way.
It is. Let me drag you guys back to the map. So Black Tom lives in a forest, very close to Tom's Crossing. The name of the town has very much to do with Black Tom. From Lake Town to Pine Town, it was 2 to 3 days travel, and to Tom's Crossing, it's a week from Pine Town. You've already spent, I guess, half a day or to a day traveling, catching up to Rexlax, but there's still 6 days or so to go.
Okay.
Are the pirates trying to avoid towns? Or are they some on the way?
I think they'd naturally try to avoid, but if you'd ask them to go there, they would. It'd be their instinct rather than a conscious thing. Since
Yeah, but
now
if they're traveling with the warden.
Exactly.
I'm
now
guessing
they're
they're
working for the Navy, so they have no reason to be scared of towns. They just, automatically avoid them because that's what always done.
Well, I think what I want to do in a town is buy them food and buy myself an awesome ostrich saddle, and probably advise Duke to send a message to headquarters with the pirate ship crew names or whatever, the license number of the ship or something, which says that they've changed sides, so we don't get smashed to pieces randomly. Because Duke has more authority in the academy. Was it academy? Or
Citadel?
Yeah, the
Citadel, yeah.
And
the Citadel is the headquarters and cobalt of the wardens.
Yeah.
And I will
explain something.
Yeah, I will definitely do so, both to keep my word and to avoid getting shot at.
Not that you care.
Not too worried about it. And to keep these guys on the path, and so that they can stay fed this way rather than having to try to resort to piracy again.
Makes sense. So, Dave, if I'm forgetting to explain anything, please let me know. Like, if you don't know terms, of course.
Yeah, I'll ask if I don't know terms of.
And I imagine the Citadel would consider it something of a coup. Like, that not only do they have one less pirate ship out there to worry about, it's been added to their navy with crew.
That is certainly a nice. So you stop at a small village somewhere, and it's like Pine Town. It's not really big enough to be on the map, but they have a messenger station, and someone leaves with a horse. But it's gonna take a while before your message gets anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
So, but there is like a a telegraph thing in like the larger towns, right?
Yeah, sure. He could go to a larger town and find somebody with.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
not to
Okay.
not to cheese out, but
No, that's very valid.
would it be possible that this smaller town is just getting their telegraph set up?
Maybe it's not even a smaller town. Maybe it's a larger town.
Up and coming.
Yeah, sure. Do you have anything for any aspect that allows you to do that?
Well, let me see. Just being a once again a true blue paragon of the Queen of the Wardens, I would be in on such developments. So I know that if we went to just a few miles out of the way to that their town, they even though they're small, they'd have the telegraph.
Sure. Go put on the map somewhere. Give it a nice dot and a name.
Okay.
Rixlex. You go ahead. You were gonna search for something.
I was searching, I guess, for a saddle, or
Go ahead, do that.
okay. Is that contacts or what is it?
I'd imagine it'd be resources, since if this is if this is Duke just turned this into a slightly bigger town, so it wouldn't be about searching it; it would be about buying it.
Yep.
Sure, you can buy a saddle and some food for the crew.
And remind me again, how does invoking items work? Basically, if you have it, you can invoke it. Is it like that?
I think. Hold on. What do you have? Let me.
Well, I was basically going for, I'm buying a saddle in case I need to be better at riding that I usually am.
Okay, yeah, I think it's just an aspect placed on your mount now that you're. I keep forgetting what it's called. Your ostrich has a is well saddled, and you can spend a fate point to make the fact that it is.
Yeah. I'm basically trying to abuse my high resources.
Hey, that's what you have it for, right?
Of course.
To buy stuff.
And hey, I'm learning. I'm actually using my good skills.
I'm very proud of you. Dimi had the thing where he had trouble using his best skills because he just
couldn't get into
didn't
situations.
want to abuse them or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. I would say he has.
Well, you're doing better. You're totally doing better. So I think your practice plays off.
That's a nice name for the town.
Thanks.
What is it?
Dry Gulch.
Oh.
Beautiful.
You can tell it was small.
Yeah. It needs a new name probably, but it's up and coming. The fellow even offers you a recorder, one of those recorder instruments.
Oh yeah.
With your buy.
Wait, an instrument with a saddle buy?
No. This was when you were buying the food. It was one of those those shops that sold like a bunch of things. You can bargain for something else if you want to. I
No, that's fine.
provided a
That's fine.
recorder with them.
Let's hook up to the new guy.
Exactly. That's what I was offering you.
I know.
If you want something else, then you can go for something else.
I'll let the guy know that was exactly what I was going to buy next, basically. So
Of course.
he definitely
says.
has
You see that he had no idea.
he has a talent for knowing exactly what his customers want.
Of course, sir. Of course. Can I offer you this lovely perfume for your wife as well?
Well, let me smell it first. I can buy this really nilly,
Let you do. Smell it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a fairly decent rose smell. Some of the smell has already gone, as with so many, but it's not one of the worst ones for sure.
Well, I'm sure I will find a use for it if I'm not saying that what I'm saying is, well, of course, if you give me a reasonable price, I will be glad to get this beautiful fragrance.
I'm afraid it will cost a bill.
Well, I'm
It is
not sure.
a very good one.
Well, of course, it's a very good one. I wouldn't expect anything less from someone with a beautiful shop like this. But I'm afraid I will. I've been on a long trip. I've spent most of my is it gold or most of my money on.
I think we said there was coins and bills, and that's just like most of my coin or something, or money, whatever, however you want to say it.
I've spent most of my money on supplies. I'm sure you understand. So I'm afraid I can't afford the what you're offering here. But I will definitely recommend it to someone else. I'm sure with the town flourishing like it is, you will have a lot of buyers very, very soon.
Yeah, he looks disappointed. He gives you your items. Chance, what are you doing while you're in town and traveling?
I'm also looking around if I can maybe find a shop that offers musical instruments.
Sure, there'll be instrument shops. Can you buy something out of it? That's the question. There's some what are real, like, aside from recorders, what are Wild West instruments?
Maybe a steel guitar.
And I think violin as well, right? I presume
Fiddle for sure.
Fiddle, yeah. So there's some fiddles there.
Those small things that you do like this. Accordions.
Accordion.
Or accordions. Are those?
Would that be Wild West?
The harmonicas for the mouth.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
that
a
thing?
recorder. That's
a
a
recorder. recorder. Oh, okay.
I think it's a very weird, like. I didn't see that as a recorder as well, but I think it's called a recorder.
Oh well, there's the harmonica, which is sort of like that long, and you go back and forth blowing on it. The recorder is more like a flute.
Then? Okay, I'm sorry. He offered you a harmonica then.
Okay.
Rexlax, not a recorder. It wasn't a very good. So they have harmonicas then, and I guess they would have recorders as well. But I meant harmonicas and fiddles and guitar.
Sure. I'll take a guitar then.
Oh, that you have good taste, sir. You have good taste. The
All right.
beauty all the way from Lake Town.
All right. I can of course spot a well crafted instrument. I'm a craftsman myself. I've crafted several instruments, although I've fortunately lost them all. And I'm sure you might have heard of me as well. I'm actually a famous musician. And wouldn't it be a great thing for your store to be known for having sold an instrument to the great chance?
Okay. So it sounds like you're trying to do 3 things. You're trying to see if this instrument is of good make. You're trying to set up an advantage for yourself using your name for buying something, and then you're trying to use resources to buy it. So in Fate, you've got something called challenges, where basically if you have this bunch of rolls, you just roll all the rolls, and then I don't narrate every roll. Like afterwards, I just see the whole how it went, and then I decide based on like all 3 rolls together.
All right. Okay.
So to appraise this thing, I think crafts would be would crafts be maybe
I think so.
niggers?
I think crafts
Crafts or
is more
niggers?
applicable.
Sense.
Fair enough. Crafts then. Okay. To make use of your name, I think rapport is like a good one.
Okay.
And to buy it, you will have to use resources. And you get a +2 from your rapport roll.
Okay. I might have also read something about how to haggle with businessmen.
You might have read the big book of business.
Yeah, and I think I've only read the theory, but I think I can apply it fairly well.
Very well. Go ahead.
Right. So
You've
that's
also read the book of transferring
+5
your.
then.
Oh well.
Nice. For that money, you could 2 instruments.
Oh, would you have a fiddle as well?
He certainly has a fiddle. Okay. You see that the guitar looks of a decent make. You can tell that it's not horrible, and that it's probably not best. But you find it difficult to appraise its actual value. When he brings the violin out, you just immediately see that this thing is a beauty. The fiddle. My bad. Is there a difference between a violin and a fiddle?
I think so.
I think so.
I think a violin is more refined, and a fiddle is more sort of rough.
Oh, it says
Fiddle
fiddle
is another name for the yeah.
Really?
For the
Okay.
bone
Violin.
string instrument, more often called a violin.
Okay, because in German there's a word called
I should
Fiedel.
of course call it a fiddle because that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
German
he
there's
brings
this
out
instrument, and that's kind of similar, but a little bit different than a
Yeah,
violin.
I thought so too. I thought there's a
Well,
slight difference, but
might be a different name in English. Probably is. Okay, go ahead.
It's a fiddle like that.
Yeah, I know. Just assumed they were the same.
Well, according to Google, a violin and a fiddle are the same.
There's sometimes this thing where in English they
wrong.
might be the same, but the word for the instrument that David means, the fiddle, is different in English. So
Yeah,
just get confused, but I don't know.
kind of a weird looking violin.
Okay, so according to Google, they're the same instrument, but they're used for different kinds of music. So fiddle is, you play folk and country and bluegrass on a fiddle, and you play classical and jazz on a violin. So it's not, the difference is not really the instrument, it's, the musician.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, he brings you out a beautiful instrument. It's a little bit dusty, so you can understand that he doesn't realize that he's selling you something extremely valuable. But you're trained, can immediately see that this thing is a beauty.
Okay.
Are we going to
Alright.
act cool and not say anything about it?
Me? Oh, sorry. Okay, that fiddle does look a bit old and dusty, but I guess it will suffice.
Nice. It'll have to do. All right.
I take the fiddle and the guitar. Leave the write a little note with my name on it and Chance's seal of approval for instruments that he can pin on his door or his shelf, and yeah,
He's
wish
very
him well.
very happy with the deal he made,
Wish him
being
well.
quite unaware of the exact nature of it.
Okay.
He's going to be the mayor next time with this note.
He might.
Well,
Time
he
you
gets
reach
rich.
dry
He
gulch.
becomes a. Sorry.
Yeah, he does. He might. You don't know. Maybe next time we come through here. So the question is, we've done 3 hours. We can totally continue to Tom's Crossing. I didn't mind continuing. We could also stop here if people have things they want to do or attend to.
Well, what is your
Or we could
sense
take a
as
short
to?
break
Do you
again.
think we could resolve things in Tom's Crossing if we went on, or do you think we'd wind up having to cut off somewhere, somewhat awkwardly?
I don't know. We might have to cut it off somewhere awkwardly. Depends, because you guys are, obviously not following my storyline. You're just doing what you want
No
to.
shit.
It depends on what you want to do at Tom's Crossing, because there's no sky pirates that want to bargain. Are you going to pretend that that's going to happen? It could take longer, at least.
Okay.
I imagine it would. Because even if we, get to Tom's Crossing and even find Black Tom, I mean, we won't just be like, okay, it's clear what we're about to do, so let's do it in 5 minutes.
Probably
We'll be like, maybe, or well, I have this. No.
Let me try this first. This went wrong. Oh, now there's a complication.
Exactly.
Now we have to deal with the complication first. Yeah.
I think we should call it a night.
All right.
But
fine,
if you guys have other ideas, correct me, please.
Well, I know that that Kelsa will be missing next time as well, so we could invite Dave next time to finish the story. We just have to find a way to work Marin into the story. But I can always imagine that she would laugh to Rick Slacks the moment.
Yeah, totally.
She hired bloodhounds to go after the ostrich smell, and found me.
Yes, that's
Of course.
Marin's gift is that she can, he or she can gain power over people if she seduces them.
Mm-hmm.
But if she gets rejected, she becomes obsessed, and Rixlax rejected her, so now she's obsessed with Rixlax.
Oh
So
well.
I'm sure she'd find her way wherever, even if she had to crawl there. I always imagine Marin as a she.
I do too.
I think it's because
I
of the sitting thing, and it seems more of a feminine trait. Maybe that's a bit sexist on my side. Okay, so we're gonna break it off here and then continue next time.
All right.
Sounds reasonable.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Do we want to go over the goals thing?
Yes. Let us. Chance. You managed to play out some of Chance.
I feel like I played to his strengths with all the singing. Felt a bit like cheating though, so
It's not. It's not. The more you play to your strength, the more difficult and interesting things I can put in front of you. So, cheat. That's good.
okay. All right.
Don't listen to her. This is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
kidding. You should
I've
totally listen to her.
I've somewhat succeeded. Yeah, somewhat.
I think so,
Well-
and I think you've also to play out your. I think your like naive side a bit.
Hmm?
I think
Being-
like you've also tried to play out naive side. At least I remember you
Yeah.
saying that yeah, it's kind of good here. It's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think so. So you get a skill point, so you can increase one of your skills by 1. There's some rules for it. If you're only joining for 2 sessions, don't bother remembering those rules. The only thing is you can't increase your rapport to superb.
Okay, I guess I'll just.
Any of the other skills you can increase by 1, or or take a new skill and increase it average.
Would
Stu
you?
hasn't agreed to joining us next time.
No, he doesn't. But I was going to ask him that when the stream went off.
Okay.
I think I'd increase athletics.
Sure.
So, if I would get into a sticky situation, I'd have a better chance of getting out.
Yeah.
Sounds like a smart thing to do.
It's crazy useful.
It is.
All right.
Brad, how about you?
Well, I did feel a bit cheesy working in that setting detail, but it's surprisingly hard to do that. At least with the way my aspects are set up, that it just doesn't like naturally flow with, like, I think, generating props, because
I don't think it was cheesy though. I think
okay.
You had to be a bit creative to come up with an aspect that applied. But I think the way you did it was fine. And I think especially like making a town bigger or something like that is exactly what you're supposed to do. I think with that kind of thing, like, because the town was bigger, if it wasn't, then Rixlax and Chance would have had to roll to, or I would have rolled like a D100 to see if the town even had things such as musical instruments or ostrich saddles. So I think it was a very sensible, useful way of using it.
Could I have
Cool.
used my aspect? I know where to get that to have a higher chance of succeeding, of finding a store.
Yeah. So let's see. Is that a new aspect you created or an old one? Okay, it's a new one.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, sure, of course. So I think you got your skill point, Brad.
Okay, cool.
I don't think it was cheesy. I think it was cool.
Yeah, it was.
Timmy.
Well, I also.
You
felt
did manage
cheesy
to make
doing
him sign a
it.
contract. You're right. By the way,
I forgot about that. I signed that way too easily.
You got it in.
Rick Slacks, he sneaks up on you.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? 5 minutes later, I remembered. Oh, that's why.
That's why. I have some advice actually for I think for everybody. When you create these things, don't turn it into convince Chance to sign the contract. Turn it into remember to use it, something like that. Something where you don't have to force it into the situation. It's more about you actively thinking about it and remembering it. That way you don't have to feel cheesy, but you still work on learning it. I think that's a good way to do things that they don't feel too cheesy.
Well,
so then
me at
even if
least
you
it
don't get
felt-
a chance, if you worked for it, you still get the point.
me it felt cheesy because I was thinking about it as a player and made it fit Rick Slacks and not the other way around. You know?
Yeah, but I didn't see how this way of rewarding is ever going to work any differently than that.
Fair enough.
So I think it's more of a case of rewording how you phrase it and saying, okay, I will think about it as a player and not I will achieve it necessarily.
Yeah,
and then
right.
if you see a good opportunity, you can work it in there if you think Rick Slacks would do it, and if not, you still spend time thinking about it.
Yeah, you're right. A good advice.
Okay. I think we're done then.
All right. Well,
go ahead and do your stuff, Brad.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I had a great time. Let me see. In terms of stuff that's coming up on like Saturday is going to be fairly crazy. I don't have it on the. I don't think I have it marked on the schedule yet. But I'm going to be on Encounter Roleplay, doing Castle Ravenloft on Saturday in like the early afternoon. I'm not sure the exact time. And then I'll be doing the usual Taking Waterdeep at 10:30 at night. This is all Pacific time zone, and possibly doing D&D on Swargula's channel in between. That I don't have confirmation on. Then on Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific, I'll be running the Eshkatan with Henley and From the Hollow and Sid Alpha, who mostly does YouTube stuff, but rather than Twitch. But all three of them are awesome folks. I'm looking forward to that. And then I'll be running Eshkatan again in the afternoon at 4 p.m.
Do you ever get sleep?
Highly overrated. And there'll be the usual stuff this next week at the same time. There should be Open Legend on Monday at a little after 5. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Once again, if you enjoyed the podcast, please do hit follow so that you'll know when I go live. And I am going to find out who else is streaming right now and host them. Oh, looks like Encounter Roleplay is doing The Curse of Strahd right now, so I'm going to go ahead and host that. So I'll see you guys next week. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Bye.
Bye. Was fun.